A Small Incident by Lu Xun, translated and read by Peter Rambo. 6 years have flown by since I came to Beijing from the country. During that time, the so-called national affairs have been numerous, but they've had little impact on me. I get angry when I think about everything that's happened, and I feel frustrated with the public. But there was one small incident which had some significance. It sobered me so much that I still think about it today. It was winter, 1917, and the northern winds were coming in fierce. I had to leave early for work. There was almost no one else, and it was difficult to find a rickshaw. I told the driver to take me to Gate S. After we'd gone a little while, the wind eased and the loose dust scattered. With a clear, white road before us, the rickshaw driver could run a bit faster. We were approaching Gate S when suddenly we knocked into someone. It was an old woman with white hair and tattered clothes. She had come out of a side street, and although the driver had stopped to let her pass, the wind had blown her unbuttoned coat and it got tangled in the rickshaw. Fortunately, the driver had stopped immediately, else she could have been seriously hurt. She lay on the ground. The driver stood waiting. I was sure the old woman hadn't been injured. There was no one else around watching, and it had been a very strange collision. I knew it would be unclear what had happened, and I was worried about being held up. "It's okay," I said to the driver. "Let's go." The driver didn't understand, or he didn't hear. He put down the rickshaw and slowly helped the woman up. "Are you alright?" he asked her, supporting her with his shoulder. "I think I'm injured." I saw how slowly she'd fallen. She couldn't have been hurt. I thought she was putting on an act, and it was abhorrent. The driver dropped himself into this. He could pull himself out of it. The driver listened to the woman, and then without hesitating, began helping her down the road. Because of the strong winds, there were very few people out. Still, the driver was helping the woman over towards the police station's entrance. Suddenly, I had a very strange feeling. The driver's dust-covered shadow seemed to grow taller and larger as he crossed the road until I had to look up at him. It was like he was exerting a great pressure on me, pulling out the pettiness I had concealed beneath my clothes. All energy left me. I sat there, unable to move or think. As a police officer came out of the station, I got down from the rickshaw. The police officer came closer to me. "You're gonna have to get yourself another rickshaw," he said. "Your driver can't take you now." Without thinking, I reached into my pocket and placed some copper coins in the police officer's hand. "Please give this to him," I said. The wind stopped. The road was quiet. As I walked, I realized I was afraid to think on myself. Aside from what had happened before, what did I mean by handing over that money? Was it compensation? Who was I to judge the driver? I had no answers to these questions. I still think about that small incident, and it brings me a lot of pain sometimes. But I want to work harder to understand myself. The cultural and military affairs of the last few years have faded from my memory like the classics of my youth. I couldn't recite half a sentence now. Yet that incident still comes before me, sometimes very clearly. It teaches me shame and demands that I be better, but it also gives me courage and hope.